Good morning. We will start session 7 on chapter acid, bases and salt. So in our previous session, we understood what are universal indicators, that is, how do we check the strength of an acid and a base by a pH scale which measures the power of hydrogen ions, that is, potence of hydrogen. So we also understood how human body and plants are sensitive to pH. We understood the importance of pH value in our day-to-day life and what are the different pH values what we commonly use in our everyday life. So today we'll start with the last section of the acid, base and salt chapter, that is salt. So basically, what is a salt? It is something what we use in our food to enrich taste or something. Yes, that is a salt what we are talking about. But that is not only one salt. There are several such different salt. But commonly what we use is only one, which is called as a sodium chloride or a table salt. Let's understand more information about this salt. So salt is a substance formed by neutralization of an acid and a base. So that is true. When an acid reacts with a base, what is the reaction? Acid and base gives a neutralization reaction, right? That means acid and base will give us a salt and water. So that is a neutralization reaction. So a substance formed by a neutralization of an acid and a base are called as salt. But again, we have here different types of salt. But before that, we have to first understand how do we name this salt? Or what we can say is, salt have like if I say parents, that is mother and father. So what I will tell here is, we can name the salt in terms of the father and mother, that is their parents. How? For example, now sodium hydroxide is a base and hydrochloric acid is a acid. When a base react with an acid, what do we get? We get a salt and water, correct? We got salt and water. That means we always take the first element of the base we take the metal element of the base and we take the another part from the acid. That is how we name. We take from the base Na and we take from the acid chlorine. That is how we name NaCl. It is always named like that. Sodium chloride. So the metal part is from the base and the chlorine, the gas part, is from the acid. So it has come from the two, mother and father, what we can just give a name as. That is how we name the salt. So this is just one example how we are naming. Now we have a different family of salt. For example, the salts of hydrochloric acids are called as chloride family salt. So all the salt, like for example, see here, sodium hydroxide combining with hydrochloric acid. Now any base combining with hydrochloric acid will give you a chloride salt only. So the salt of hydrochloric acid, anything base reacting with hydrochloric acid will give you a salt from a chloride family. Salt of sulfuric acid will give you sulfate family, SO4. Salt of nitric acid will give you nitrates family. Salt of H2CO3, carbonic acid, will give you from carbonate family. Salt of CH3COOH is nothing but acetic acid, vinegar, are called acetates family. That means we have families of salt. This is the family of salt. Chloride salt, or we can say salts of chloride, salts of sulfate, salts of nitrates, salts of carbonates and salts of acetates. Right? Now when we talk about this salt, we only understand that acid is reacting with the base and giving a salt and water, which is a neutralization reaction. But here, in this neutralization reaction, where an acid combines with base, there are again three different types of salt formed. Acidic salt, basic salt and a neutral salt. How are these formed and what are the examples? Let us just see. When a strong acid reacts with a strong base, we get a neutral salt and water. Correct? Example of strong acid can be hydrochloric acid. Strong base can be sodium hydroxide. We get neutral salt, NaCl and H2O. Neutral salt means, now we know, neutral means its pH will be 7. Another example, sulfuric acid with sodium hydroxide will give you sodium sulfate, sulfate family, plus water. So these what we get here, when a strong acid reacts with a strong base, we always get a neutral salt. Similarly, if a weak acid is reacting with a weak base, we also get a neutral salt. Why? Because both are either strong or both are either weak. Carbonic acid plus magnesium hydroxide will give you magnesium carbonate plus water. Now since they are weak acid and weak base, we have to always remember that they cannot furnish H plus ions. That means they can partially furnish H plus ions and hydroxide ions. We'll move on to the next one. Now we are done with strong acid and strong base. What we got here? Weak acid and weak base. In both the cases, we have got a neutral salt. Now let's see what will happen when a strong acid reacts with a weak base and when a weak acid reacts with a strong base. So now here, when a strong acid is reacting with a weak base, we get a acidic salt because the stronger side is the acid here. Based on whatever is the strong, the salt will take that form, right? So strong acid and weak base will give you a acidic salt plus water. Now acidic salt means what? The salt what is obtained here has a pH less than 7, correct? It is acidic. Example can be hydrochloric acid plus magnesium hydroxide is a weak base, where we use that as a milk of magnesia, what I had told you. Will give you magnesium chloride and water. Now the next example, weak acid and a strong base should give you basic salt because the base is strong here and the acid is weak. Will give you basic salt and water. If it is a basic salt, the pH has to be more than 7. Carbonic acid, that is weak acid, reacting with a strong base, sodium hydroxide, should give you sodium carbonate and water. So these are the reactions when an acid reacts with a base. Strong acid, strong base will give you a neutral salt and water. Weak acid, weak base will again give you neutral salt and water. Strong acid, weak base will give you acidic salt and water. Weak acid, strong base will give you basic salt and water. That is what I have written here. Neutral salt is whose pH is approximately equal to 7. Acidic salt pH is less than 7 since it is acidic. Basic salt pH is greater than 7 since it is basic. So now when we talk about the salt, that is a neutral salt, when we talk about, it is nothing but a common salt which we use it in our everyday life to enrich the taste of our food, right? So it is also known as sodium chloride, which is also called as a table salt. Now the sodium chloride, that is common salt, is so very important. Not only it adds thing in our food, nourishes our food, but it also plays a very important role also in a human body. It maintains, or what you can say, it can maintain the water balance, or it can it keeps the water balance or in our body correctly to a level. Suppose if the salt content in our body is less, we naturally try to feel fatigue or we are tired. So right, salt is also a very major component for the human body to keep our body well stable. We do not study much about that, just a small information. Suppose when you go to for certain test to a doctor, our salt content is also tested. Not only the salt, but there are different salts actually that has to be in an appropriate level for our body to function well. Or what you can say is, otherwise you cannot stand. You are prone to diseases. What best I can tell you here is. Apart from that, salt is used, that is common salt. Sodium chloride is used for making many chemicals. Like for say example, important chemicals or materials which are made out of sodium chloride are sodium hydroxide, NaOH, which is called as caustic soda. That means There are some salt or there are some materials which are not naturally available to us. We need to prepare them in the laboratory. Now, how do we prepare them? We prepare that with the help of sodium chloride. That is why it is a raw material for preparing many such important chemicals or materials. Sodium hydroxide, also known as caustic soda, it is used. We prepare that from NaCl. Sodium carbonate, washing soda is prepared out of it. Sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate, that is nothing but a baking soda, is also manufactured, or it's a common salt, is a raw material for the preparation of these materials. Now, we will be studying one after the other in our next sessions. Apart from this, there are few more salts also what we study. So, in today's class, what we studied the basic introduction to the salt. If you have any doubt in this concept, you can call on the same day of the video set.